This is Jordan Chandler. This is my persuasive speech titled, Why It is Better to Adopt a Pet from a Shelter Rather Than Buy from a Breeder. Today I'm going to talk about buying a pet from a shelter rather than buying a pet from a breeder. There are millions of pets in shelters across the country. And it's not just dogs and cats. There's also farm animals such as horses or donkeys or cats or even reptiles. Some shelters even take in snakes and lizards and things like that. And you should always check your local shelter before going to a breeder. The benefits of adopting a pet from a shelter, according to Positively.com, that was published in 2015, is that most animals are fully vetted, meaning they've had their shots, they've been wormed, they have been spayed or neutered, and if they're heartworm positive, they've been started on their medicine for their heartworms, and they'll tell you when you go to adopt that pet, the pet has heartworms, and they'll tell you the medicine that the pet needs for the next year or so, which is usually how long heartworm medicine lasts. Most dogs, since they had previous owners, are either house trained or crate trained, so you won't have to worry about them going to the bathroom in your house. And the shelter already knows the personality of the animal. The shelter can tell you right away if the cat's going to like other people or other cats, or if the dog's going to like a lot of people or small children or other dogs. And according to the author of Animal Behaviorist, Sarah Hodgson, shelter animals are known to be more loving because they're looking for that love. Those animals are looking for another house. Those animals are looking for another family to be with. They got abandoned by their first family, so they're looking for another family. You can save an animal from being euthanized. A lot of shelters have a policy that they only keep the pets for so long before they're euthanized. They get overcrowded. They don't have enough room for all these pets, so they have to put them down. And it costs much, much less to adopt an animal from an animal shelter rather than buy from a breeder. You could go adopt a dog for $70 or $75 from your local shelter or humane society versus buying a purebred dog for $500. Another reason for adopting a pet from an animal shelter is you're helping fight puppy mills. And puppy mills have become a real problem across the United States. According to humanesociety.org, puppy mills overbreed and often result in deaths of pets. Dogs from puppy mills also often have behavioral issues because they're kept in small cages, they're not treated well, they're not fed correctly, so they're often going to be misbehaving if you try to adopt them out or sell them or whatever you do. And this problem is going to continue for as long as people keep supporting puppy mills. So we have to stop supporting puppy mills. We have to go to your local humane society. And when you adopt from a humane society or a shelter, according to dogtraining.com, a portion of your adoption fee is going to go to help the shelter in many ways. You're going to help buy food, you're going to help buy toys, you're going to help with vet expenses, and things like it's going to help fundraising and bringing volunteers in. Food's not cheap for dogs, food's not cheap for cats or horses or anything like that. It's going to, your adoption fee is also going to help pay for the spaying and neutering of dogs and cats. Your dogs and cats need to be spayed and neutered to help control the population. And it's going to help keep pets out of animal shelters. And most of the time, you're going to get an animal that is spayed or neutered. And many shelters often offer training classes for your dogs, possibly even your cats. If you have a shelter that's more out in the country might even have resources for horse training. The training is essential for the dogs because it is going to help them become more socialized. If you have another dog, they can allow you to bring your dog in before you take that dog home. And you can provide familiarity with those two dogs. And your training classes are going to help you tremendously, and a lot of humane societies offer those. And also, according to humanesociety.com, your dogs are going to come somewhat trained in the first place. They're going to be trained to sit, stay. They work on leash training a lot because a lot of people need to have their dogs on leashes due to city ordinances. And to conclude my speech today, there are many benefits from adopting from a shelter rather than buying from a breeder. You're saving a life by adopting a lifelong friend. If you adopt from a shelter, you're going to open up a spot for another dog in a shelter. So adopt from a shelter and save a life.